Let's do this. What's happening, guys? Guitar Addict 1995 here, and today I'm going to be doing a gear video today. So to start with 2021, why not show all my gear that I'm doing for 2021? And yes, I've bought a lot more guitars than last year, so let's get right to it. But first, we'll start off with some recording equipment and some guitar pedals that I use for 2021. So let's get to it. Alright, so let's start with the recording equipment that I use. So this right here I'm holding is an iPhone 11, which I've used for a year and a half. This thing's got better sound than my iPhone 7, my crappy iPhone 7, which I've used for most of my videos, and the sound just keeps cutting out at the beginning of the video, as you can see through many of my videos. So yeah, this thing doesn't even cut out, and I love this smell so much, and I get it cleaner too. And I also want to show you the newest addition to the recording equipment. This is my ring light, which I use for my covers now. And I also use it for TikTok. You can now follow my account down below to go check out my TikToks and everything. Yeah, this thing is amazing. And I also have LED lights, which I've had for a year now. Got these for Christmas back in 2019. You can actually change the colors and everything. And so I want to show you the remote that I use for this one. So now for my covers, I just press the button number 3, and as you can tell, every time you speak, it just starts making colors like bing! Yeah, you see, I can do this all day. Yeah. So yeah, I've been digging these lights ever since I got these and I started doing covers with these. So let me set it back to blue. And I also want to show you, it's my iPad, which I've used, gosh, since 2014. This thing's pretty old. I've had it for 6.5 years. Yeah, this is all the stuff that I used to play music off of, and I have a new Bluetooth radio right here. So, gosh, I can't remember the name. This is a Prs Angle 3, which is just a Bluetooth speaker that I use for many of my covers now. This is my active radio. And yeah, sorry about the wires and everything, and my set of headphones, and that's all my equipment. I also have a button that can control the camera, like if I want to press this button right here, then it will record by itself. I got this with the ring light, and yes, I'm going to be using a lot more of this, and yes, I got to replace the battery and everything, in case it goes dead, so it has a switch on here, and I'm going to be using a lot more of this. So now, it's time to show off my pedal board. Yes, I've got new pedals, so we'll start with the Crybaby wah pedal, which I don't use very often, which I plug my guitar straight into, and I have this plugged in straight into the newest big pedal, which is awesome, the YB pedal by Digitech. Don't use it very often, but every time I use it, it sounds insane. And I got this pedal back in April. I didn't get it until May because of COVID. So now I have this plugged in straight into my Ernie Ball Volume Junior, and then I have this plugged in straight to my Boss Chromatic Tuner TU3. And I also have this plugged in straight to the Boss Acoustic Stimulator AC3. I have it plugged in straight into the drop tune pedal from Digitech. And yes, I got 2 drop tune pedals because why not? And I have it plugged in straight into the Boss Compression Standard CS3. Plugged in straight into the Boss Super Overdrive SD1. Plugged into Boss Distortion DSi, which I don't ever use. And I have it plugged in straight into the Boss Metal Zone MT2, which I use for many of my videos. And I have it plugged in straight into the Noise Suppressor NS2 from Boss. And I also have it plugged in straight into my new pedal, Boss Digital Delay DD8. And it's the pedal I'm going to be replacing, which I will show you right now. Alright, so here's the pedal that I'm going to be replacing. This is a hardwired DL8 delay looper, which I used for many years, until I was like 15 or 16, but never used it until I was like 22. And that was when I don't know anything about pedal boards or pedal effects or stuff like that. And the reason why I want to replace this is because it just keeps coming off my pedal board every time we try to take it to church and get it set up. And so yeah, this thing's going in the garbage. And I also bought another new pedal for Christmas this year. This is a Reverb RV6 from Boss. I haven't put it on the pedal board yet, never tried it yet because I still need to do some adjustments on my board. So fingers crossed for this. And I also have an extra power supply if I want it. So yeah, can't wait to try out this bad boy. As I was saying, I have a digital delay pedal and I have it plugged in straight into my amp, which I've used since 2017. This is a Vox Filtertronics VT40X. Yep, I said it right. And yes, what's great about this amp is that you can use a lot of, it's like a lot of notes, you can use a lot of different sounds on here. And I first discovered this when I was selling my old Red Candy Apple Stratocaster to replace it with my Prs Standard. And this thing sounds insane. I've been using it so much for 3.5 years and never stopped using it today. So yeah, this is my amp, and yeah, it is kind of dusty, so hopefully we'll clean it up soon. Alright, so the moment you've all been waiting for, time to show all my guitars, so let's get to it. Alright, so let's start with my newest guitar. This is a Prs Custom SC 7-string, which I got on Halloween Day. And the reason why I wanted 7-string is because I wanted to try something new, like some lower tunings and stuff like that. And what I also like about this guitar is the body look, because it looks like real wood, dark mahogany, natural wood, I think. And the back is just gorgeous too. Sorry about my strap and the playing. So the tuning for this guitar that I put in is drop G sharp, which is the lowest I have ever done. And no, I did not tune down on this guitar because I have drop pedals, which I showed you earlier in the video. And the string gauge for this is 1164 string gauge brand Fender NYXL, which I've used since 2019. And I'm going to be using more of this year, so keep a lookout for this. Alright, this is my second newest guitar. This is a Taylor 214 CE Deluxe version. And it's a black color, and I got this during Labor Day weekend. And I wanted the black Taylor so much is because I wanted to replace the black Yamaha, which I'll show you later on. But I never plugged it in, and this thing sounds amazing. And I've been using this actively, and honestly, I don't ever play acoustic guitar at all, like actively, until when I get this guitar and I start playing it more actively. So yeah, so the string gauge for this one is 1046. The string brand is L2 strings, and it's in standard tuning, which I do for most of my guitars. So yeah, I've used this guitar for one of the 1000 clutch covers, which I covered by the end of 2020. And yeah, I expect to do a lot more covers for this guitar, so I love this bad boy so much. Correction, I did say 1046. They're actually electric guitar strings. What I meant to say is string gauge is 1152, and yes, it's L2 strings. So yeah, let's get back to the video. Alright, the next guitar I want to show you is my second dream guitar that I've been wanting, oh gosh, for many years, and finally I got it. This is a Gibson ES335 Red Satin or Satan or whatever you say it. And I wanted the ES335 so bad, but I wanted it in the Fender Sunburst, which they don't have anywhere. And this was the only one available. Special shout out to Dave's Guitar Shops in Pittsburgh. You gotta handle appointments for that, so during this pandemic. And the reason why I wanted a semi-hollow body guitar is because I wanted to do something acoustically, or if I want to do something with delay and everything, take it to church and all that, which I've been doing throughout the third or fourth quarter of 2020. And I've used this guitar in one of the Green Day covers, which honestly I don't listen to Green Day very much, just occasionally. And so the tuning for this guitar is standard tuning. String gauge is 1046. String brand is L2 strings, which I've been using since 2014 for 6.5 years now. So yeah, hopefully I did this in for another cover on this video, so please keep a lookout for this one. Alright, this next guitar is my main guitar throughout 2020. This is a Prs Custom SG. And what I like about this guitar, gosh, the color. Because of the black with the purple inside and the charcoal. But the different thing about this guitar is the tuning pegs. Because I had to go like straight, put the string straight through, and there's like no hole on the outside, so I gotta cut the string shorter. And I have trouble with the first string trying to wind it in, and it just keeps coming off until it starts doing this again. And yes, it was pretty hard too. But then after doing it again, I started getting the hang of it now. And I got this guitar back in the second week of March, just when COVID hit. And I got the strings with that too. So the tuning for this one I use is drop B, which I've been using for like every cover I do. And I did not tune down on this guitar either because of the drop tune pedals. But so either way, I've been using the NYXL string gauge 1156 for this guitar. And usually tuning drop C with this guitar, but I do drop B because why not? So yeah, this is a guitar. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this year, so keep a lookout. This is one of the two guitars I've gotten on the same week of February. This is a Fender Telecaster thin line Mexican style. I got this to replace my Epiphone Les Paul, which I'll talk to you guys later on. But the reason why I wanted thin line because I want to do something to put a cable on. Like I used it in standard tuning like throughout 2020 because why not? And for some reason, I wanted to show you guys that I take one of those things off of here because it's not even playing just like it was supposed to. And so I took it off and everything is just fine. I used this in standard tuning, string gauge 942 L2 strings. So now I'm using a string gauge 1149 tuned D standard. And I used this guitar for one of the covers for All Time Lows, Something's Gotta Give. And I've done a few covers from All Time Lows, so hopefully I'll do another one sometime maybe. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, keep looking out for this guitar. Hopefully I'll be digging this and delight this tuning, so keep looking out. This is another one or two guitars that I got in February of the same week. This is a Gibson Sg Standard to replace my Gibson Firebird. Now, the story is my Firebird is not in use because I don't play with it very much like I usually do. First thing I got it, and this has got some bumps on it, and I thought it was going to be the right guitar for me. So after having it for a few years and not playing it, I decided to get rid of it and then exchange it for this. So yeah, I've had a lot of memories for the big guy, but making a lot of new memories with this. So the reason I like the SG is because of the way it looks and the way it sounds for rock and roll, and I just love it ever since. So the tuning for this one is D sharp standard, or I can do drop C sharp, and the string gauge is 1149 string grand L2 strings, which you also use for the Fender thin line, which I told you guys just now. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot more of this. So yeah. Alright, moving on. This next guitar is a Prs Custom 22 turquoise. Turquoise, which means green blue mixed together. Turquoise. It's kind of bluish when you see it, but it's actually turquoise. And I wanted this guitar in the same color because I love blue, because it's my favorite color. And I've been using this in drop tuning so much, but because of the nut, I decided to do a lighter string gauge. So I used it for tunings like drop B for 1260 string gauge, which did not work, and then I used 1152 string gauge as well for drop C sharp, now drop C, which has been tuned to like throughout 2020, and during the very NYXLs, which I used for this guitar. And now I decided to switch back to Elixir strings, string gauge now 42 in standard tuning, which I kept throughout 2021. And I did this tuning on this guitar through a couple of MNS's covers, and I'll be digging a lot more of this. So yeah, keep a lookout, and yeah, this is my favorite right here. One other thing about this guitar is it has a whammy bar too. So the whammy bar did not come with that guitar, unfortunately, but it actually came with a 7-string, and there's like nothing to put the whammy bar in that guitar. So after trying every one of the Prs guitars in here, I just chose that blue one because it works just fine. So alright, continue on. Alright, this next guitar is a Fender Telecaster Surf Green. I love the color of it, which is why I want to get this guitar. And the story is, I used to have a Telecaster in a dark red color and all that until I had to get this one. And the reason why, well, I wanted to get that dark red Telecaster to my little sister because she wanted to play electric. She thinks it's better than acoustic, so I gave it to her and I used this to replace it. And I don't use this guitar very much in the covers, but I use it a lot in church. And yes, I use whammy bar. Don't use whammy bars very often, but starting to get into it this year. And tuning is standard tuning, string gauge 942. I use this guitar in one of the Green Day covers, and just like I said earlier, I don't listen to Green Day very much, just occasionally. So hopefully I'll do this more in some videos, and gonna be doing this more often in some churches. So yeah, even when COVID's over, we might start doing active duty in churches again. So yeah, I love this guy and I don't want to get rid of it. Alright, next guitar is a Prs Standard 24 SC, and I love the color of this. It's a vintage sunburst. Got this at the end of July 2019. Shout out to Dave's Guitar Shop, so you guys are awesome again. And the reason why I want this, well, because I want to do it in drop C, which I did one time with a string gauge 1252, which did not work, and then 1156, it worked, but I wanted to change it to string gauge 942, switch to the Elixir strings for standard tuning throughout 2020. And now I decided to switch back to 1152 string gauge to do it in NYXL and drop C. And I want to do some drop C because I know you said maybe time to drop C, but I want to do this again. And the funny thing about this though is that it was missing the truss rod color, so I decided to buy another one off of Reverb that has a cross on it to match my Strat, which I've had, gosh, for years, and I don't want to get rid of it. So yeah, I'm gonna be digging a lot more on this guitar in drop C, so keep a lookout for this one. And I love it. Alright, this next guitar is my very first dream guitar, which I've been wanting ever since I was 15 or 16 years old. Da, 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 da. Here it is. This is a Gibson Les Paul Traditional Pro, and I got this back in June 2019. I've been using this a lot at church recently, and I have not stopped using it today. So I decided to upgrade from Epiphone to a Gibson because why not? And my Epiphone Les Paul, which I used for many years in many other videos, is now sold to someone else to give it a new home to be replaced with this one. And the reason why, because why not? Because Sunburst is my favorite color of a Les Paul. And it also has some tunings which you can hold the strings. Instead of pulling it through though, I decided to do it the old fashioned way, just roll it around the tuning pegs and all that. So the tunings for this guitar is in standard tuning, or I could do drop D either way. String gauge 1046. Yeah, I don't dig this guitar a lot in many of the videos, so but hopefully I'll be digging more on this guitar soon in 2021. But this will be the year of all the guitars to be featured. So yeah, I love this guitar and I just want to keep this forever and ever and ever until I die. So yeah, anyway, moving on. Alright, this next guitar is my favorite guitar out of all my guitars. This is a Prs Sg in two versions. One of them is a Maryland version and one is a South Korea version. I got the South Korea one. Got this on Craigslist. I won the Sg white guitar because I love the color and I love how the way it sounds, and the gold hardware too. So the tunings I use for this guitar is drop D, and I use string gauge 1052 brand D'Addario NYXL, which I've used since 2019, almost 2 years now. And yeah, I'll be digging a lot more on this guitar in many of the videos, so please keep a lookout for this. I love you, and I don't want to give this away. I want to keep it. Alright, here's my first Taylor. This is my Taylor 214 CE. I've got this guitar back in 2015, and I discovered Taylor guitars through my dad actually, through my old church in Arkansas, the Baptist church. He said Taylor's sound so much better than any other acoustic guitar. I was like, okay, I'll buy it for you. So yeah, I used this guitar in standard tuning a lot, and so now that I bought a black Taylor, I've used this for drop tuning. So it's tuned to D standard right now, and I am now gonna do this in drop tunings more often now. So yeah, please keep a lookout for that. I love this guitar. It's got so many scars on here, and yes, I do need to replace the batteries in case it gets dead. So yeah, that's the worst about guitars, because you have to change batteries and acoustics and everything. So, and honestly guys, I don't play acoustic very much, like I told you earlier in the video. So, but now I'm starting to get back into it. So hopefully some acoustic covers will come up soon in 2021. So keep a lookout. Okay, this next guitar is my very first PRS ever owned. This is a PRS Marchionte SE, which I got in Florida on vacation after my senior year. I discovered PRS guitars, gosh, through so many Christian rock bands and through so many guitar stores, and I thought it would be pretty cool to own one. So yeah, this used to be my main guitar throughout the years, and used it in so many variety of tunings. I didn't even know about string gauges back then, so until 2017 when I started learning about string gauges. And yep, I use this guitar, gosh, probably drop B, which I usually tune it in. And now I use it in drop C sharp, string gauge 1152, and the string brand is D'Addario NYXL, again, which I use for almost 2 years now. And what I don't like about this guitar is because every time I strum, I just keep hitting the switch knob accidentally. So yeah, thinking I might sell this one, but if not, I might as well keep it instead. So we'll probably trade it. So yeah, I'm gonna be digging more of this hopefully, so keep a lookout. And this next guitar, I don't use this a lot in any of my videos. I've been using this back in the day so much. This is a Fender Telecaster, Mexican style, a regular Telecaster, not the thin line. Yes, I got two Telecasters. One is the regular, one is the thin line. And I first got this back in 2013 when we first moved here to Wisconsin at the Guitar Center. So I wanted a Telecaster because of how the way it sounds, and I used different capos so much. And I used it in standard tuning a lot, and I used it in drop C so much. And gosh, I've been beating this up so much because there's like so many scratches on here on the knobs, as you can see right here. And I made a lot of memories with this guitar, and I've been using it in church so much that I don't want to get rid of it. So the tuning now I have on this guitar is D sharp standard, which I've been using throughout 2020. And hopefully I'll dig this soon. I haven't did this guitar in the cover in many years, so still trying to find the right song to cover with this guitar. So keep a lookout, and hopefully I get back in this guitar soon. Alright, this next guitar is one of my very first guitars that I've ever owned when I was 16 years old when I started playing guitar. This is a Yamaha acoustic, and yes, I've been using this guitar for many years and a lot of acoustic covers, and I use this for drum tunings as well. So The reason why I want to sell this, well, not because of my black Taylor, but also I want to give it a new home, even though my collection is pretty full. And I had so many memories with this guitar, and I've been trying to sell this guitar twice. One on Craigslist and one on Facebook Marketplace, and nobody's interested in it. But who knows, maybe I'll give it to a shop or something. So yeah, this thing, man, I had so many memories with it, and it's got some scratches too. I'm having it in the case, and yeah, it's a 2.5 step down, 3-sharp standard. String gauge is 1256, and the string brand is Ultra String. So yeah, you know, guitar, thanks for being here, and it's been fun while watching. So yeah, I'm gonna miss this bad boy. Alright, that's it for all the gear. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys want to see more like this, please hit the like and hit the subscribe button down below. But until then, I'll see you guys next time on the cover, and remember, peace out and God bless.
I wanna hear you